Hello people, my name is Prakash Mathani and today I'm going to talk about how you can create a Bootstrap navigation for your website, which should be a collapsive navigations when it's come to our mobile devices. Like when I make it a mobile screen size, it should look like this, and when I click on these bar, it should be a collapsive one, right? And there is your navigation field which are horizontally coming up here. It should be look like this. So how we can create this kind of navigation in Bootstrap? Bootstrap provide you that facility to create that one. How you can create, I'll talk about that. I'll go in my code section, code editor, and what are the basics file you need for that is your bootstrap.min.css file, jquery.min.js, and your bootstrap.min.js file. So these three file you should get for your project, and from where you can get it from the getbootstrap.com. Go to the download section. There is a bootstrap cdn. You can copy all these file and paste in your code editor and include an extra jQuery CDN link here, right? So we'll start building our navigation in body section. We'll use a nav tag here, and inside that nav I'll create a class navbar and navbar dash inverse class, right? Once done, I'll save it, and you'll see that there is a black strip coming up here, right? And if I remove this inverse and make it navbar default, you'll see that there is a gray strip coming up here. So the meaning of inverse and gray should be clear for you. Once it is created, I'll create a div section. Inside the div, I'll create a class called container fluid. Inside that container fluid will include our entire navigation bar, and now inside that I'll create a div and we'll make it a class Navbar Header, right? And now in the Navbar Header section, I'm gonna create a button. And I'll include the type of this button is button itself, and I'll include a class called navbar toggle, right? And the data toggle will be data dash toggle will be our collapse, and there will be a data target also, data dash target. This will be our ID for when I'll create my collapsive navigation down there, and I know that I'm gonna create ID for that navigation is my nav bar, so I'll put this here, and just down there button, or inside the button section, I will create a span class, and I will include class icon dash bar here, and we'll copy it 2 more times, right? We'll see in our browser section now what it look like. You can see there, this is our entire button, and these are 3 bar coming up here which I have created using this button tag, right? And this is our navbar header section, and in the header itself now I'll create an anchor tag, and I'm gonna put a href tag there, and I'll put a hash I don't have any URL right now, and I'll create a class and I'll put the name. This class is navbar dash brand. That means I'm gonna create a title for this navigation or our site name that will be coming on the left hand side, and I'll name it my site. And when I go to my browser, you can see that there is my site is coming up here, right? And this is the on hover it's automatically getting white, so this is the Bootstrap default functionality with your code. Now this section is completed, our header section is completed. I'll now create a collapsive navigation. I'll create a div class here, and I will include a class navbar. Sorry, I'll create a class collapse here, collapse, and because I'm creating collapsive navigation here, and navbar collapse, I'll navbar dash a. These are navbar collapse classes here, and I have to include a ID which I have created here, data target, and that ID will come is here, my navbar, right? And inside that section I'll create a UL, and I will give this UL a class called nav, and navbar dash nav class, right? Now I'll create a li section, and first li will be our active one, which I want to make default active, and I will also include a href section here. If you want to include, you can, otherwise there is no need to include it. I'm just including it for giving the URL for that particular home section. So I have created a home section here now, and I'll go to my and paste. Now the second category will be product and services. No need to include active class in all the LIs, so just remove it, and you'll see that how it's look in our browser section. Now you can see that there's my site, and after that this home is by default I have make it active, so the background is a little bit different, that is black, and after that there's a product and services. When I make it a mobile size, you can see that this is our collapsive navigations look like. So this is a pretty simple collapsive navigation I have created, and if you want to include some part of this sections to be on the right hand side of your code, you can also include that in the right hand side of your section. How you can do that is, after their UL tag, and here create another UL and add class called your navbar dash nav, and include a class navbar dot right there, right? And again create some of your LIs. You can copy your LIs and paste down there. Just remove your active LIs here and give them some name, contact and about section. Once you are done, you'll see that your contact and about is coming on the right hand side. and I go there. This is how your collapsive navigation look